Well, the numbers are staggering. According to the Canadian National Bicycle Registration System, more than 200,000 bikes are stolen in Canada each year. Our next guest is trying to tackle that problem head on.
The truth and the reality is that if you leave your bike for a second, your bike is going to be stolen.
Through the use of a bait bike and GPS technology, Ingo Liu and his team have been tracking down and confronting local bike thieves in Vancouver, and they've been catching it all on camera for their new web series, To Catch a Bike Thief. The show makes its premiere later tonight at a lunch party. Here in Toronto with me now is the show's host and producer, Ingo Liu. Thanks for coming in.
Hello,
with
thanks
this.
For having me.
So, you had some bikes stolen at some point, and is that what made you decide to do something more about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely safe to say that bike theft is something that affects pretty much everyone who owns a bike.
I couldn't believe the numbers.
Yeah.
That they were that high.
If you own a bike, sooner or later, at some point, you'll probably experience bike theft in this if you live in the city. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, I mean, there's a very strong perception that nothing is being done or that not a lot can be done about bike theft. And so we kind of wanted to create a show, a web series that would provide tools, technologies, solutions that cyclists and communities can use to protect themselves.
So what happens? What do you do?
Well, we have on our show, we've created a bait bike, which has a GPS tracking system in it, and we have our intercept team, which is a bunch of cyclists who are riding around, and then we have designated someone on dispatch who's monitoring the location of the bait bike, and they are connected to us via two-way radio, and then we can go out into the field, and once the bike is stolen, we can then go ahead and chase down and catch the person who has stolen our bike.
What do you say to the people who are saying you're setting people up and taking the law into your own hands?
Good question. I don't think that it's so much of a question of vigilantism, which is probably where you're going with that, but rather it's a question of just ordinary cyclists and concerned individuals who want to do something about the problem. So,
and you actually talk to these guys. I mean, when somebody takes the bike, the GPS, they chase them down, they get them, and then you talk to that person about why they did it.
That's right.
What are they saying?
Well, as you can imagine...
Because it was there? I mean, is it...
As you can imagine, most of the time, you know, I mean, people who have been confronted with a group of cyclists coming in saying, oh my God, you know, you've stolen our bike, you know, we just want our bike back, right? You know, our goal, our intention is to talk to bike thieves and, you know, try to understand who's stealing bikes, why they're stealing bikes, where do stolen bikes go. We can do that through GPS tracking. We want to identify who's buying stolen bikes, right? So these are the kinds of questions that we want to answer. Because
often it gets either, well, resold obviously, or else breaking down for parts or however they resell them. Are you concerned that this could be dangerous, that you're gonna try to catch the wrong guy?
That's a very valid point, and through the process of developing our show, we've kind of done our best to plan for contingencies. And actually, when we first, on our very first bait bike stakeout, we hired a security guard company to come along with us. And now we actually have somebody on our team who's actually the head of security at a local bar. So,
how fast does it happen when you plant the bike? I mean, obviously it's going to vary, but how fast can it happen?
Well, it can happen instantly, right? So the last time my bike was stolen, which is pretty much the inspiration for the show, it was just overnight. It was just one night. Yeah, you know, you leave it overnight on the.
Was it locked?
Of course it was locked.
So these guys just have the tools, they come in...
Not necessarily just guys, could be girls.
Oh, and I meant guys as in everybody, of course, you're right. But they've got the tools. These people have the tools.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, usually, I guess what we found is that there are three different types of bike thieves, right? You have the more of an opportunistic bike thief, somebody who just, they woke up in the morning, they weren't planning on stealing a bike, they saw something that was easy to steal, and you know, they went ahead and took it. Then you have someone who's basically a career bike thief. They have the tools, they know exactly the best kinds of locks to break, and they go ahead and do those. The third kind of bike thief is probably the most dangerous kind, and they're the kinds of bike thieves that have employers. A bike thief,
organized.
There's hints that there might be a bit of an organized crime element behind that, and that's what's most fascinating. We really kind of want to sort of blow the lid wide open on these kinds of issues.
Okay, and the first webisode is going to be launched, as we mentioned tonight. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.